Hi, and thank you for joining us. You're here today and you're watching the OLBG Premier League previews. We are back, and today we are previewing Tottenham Hotspurs, who host, well, they were high-flying before last weekend, Manchester City. Still pretty imperious, but obviously after losing to West Ham last weekend, we'll be looking to get back to winning ways. I must just thank our contributor last week, if you didn't see, tipped up West Ham to beat them at 12-1. So we're here to give you winners. That's our job. And this game is going to be an interesting one. Both teams in action midweek during cup games, but hopefully come through relatively unscathed, as we believe. And it's going to be an important game for both teams. Tottenham just starting to build a bit of momentum now. Bit of a slow start, I think it's fair to say. Unlike Manchester City, who started like a train, are going to look to be bouncing back from this blip. I suppose the first thing to say is we love your thoughts on the game. We're going to share with you the OLBG members, as well as a couple of my own. But it'd be great to have you guys comment. Obviously, it's before kickoff. It's great. We get to know your predictions and your expectations for both teams this season. Manchester City, I appreciate they lost last weekend, but they do look like the most likely team to go on and win champions. The odds are reflected in that. And Spurs, can they break the top four once again? I don't think they can. Spurs fans, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I think this season it's getting further and further away, and it's going to be really tough. But exciting to see what can happen. You know, Liverpool look pretty weak. I think they're there for the taking. If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm expecting to finish above them. But share your thoughts with us. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Let's have a look at the recent stats between the two sides. Obviously, recent form we've touched on. Spurs looking to try and make it a third Premier League win on the bounce. I think it was a good win against my team, Crystal Palace. Palace didn't play that well, but Spurs impressed. But considering they played Thursday night as well, they have got a lot of fixtures coming up, Spurs, as have Manchester City, who have been in the Champions League action as well as league form. Looking pretty good, bar that loss to West Ham at home. Bit of a surprise, that one, I must say. I didn't see that coming, but we did tip it up on the blog last week. So the last 10 games between these two sides, Spurs have won just one game. Manchester City taking 8, and there's been one draw. That is both home and away. The average goals in this fixture has produced around 2.75. So if you like the overs market, which I know a lot of you do tell me you do bet on overs and unders, a lot of our members do, you'd be looking at prices. If you want to go for overs, which most people tend to play that bet, it's around 8 to 11 with Boyle Sports and Betfred at the moment, your best prices, if that's something that interests you. Do share with us your views on overs and unders. A lot of people are liking the new bets around overs and a team to win, or unders and a team to win, and it does enhance the price, especially for a team like Manchester City that will be short in this fixture away from home. I suppose that leads me on to my next suggestion, which is going to be the key men in this game. I picked one from each side. I think Son of Spurs has hit the ground running. You can ask for no more than that from a new star signing, if you like. He's hit the ground running, and he's looked, his movement, his pace, sort of a tonic to that Spurs side. And with him being in the side, takes the pressure off Harry Kane. Appreciate he's not been goal festing at this start of the season so far, but he's going to get there. I think most neutrals believe he's a good player and he'll find the back of the net. But he should take the pressure off, and if he can have a big game, he's going to be key to Spurs getting anything. The man we've highlighted from Manchester City, we will touch on a little bit later as well, and you'll see he's in our bets. Kevin De Bruyne, I think he might have cost a fortune, but the one thing we need to consider is Manchester City, no player costs a fortune now for them. They can go out and spend what they like on a player. He's an exceptional talent. He's a very creative player, but he's clearly already shown his eye for goal in recent games with Manchester City, and he's a standout 11-4 with Coral to score any time. So he's going to be a suggestion from myself if you like an anytime goal scorer bet. Let's touch on what the OLBG members are putting up, and we've highlighted in particular Danny Blue. Now, if you download the OLBG app, he's the first name you'll see on there. He's got one of the best tipping records on the site when it comes to football, and he's backing Man City. Manchester City, he's suggesting are going to be a cut above Spurs, which I don't think is something a lot of people will dispute. They'll be looking to bounce back to winning ways. I noticed the team they put out midweek against Sunderland was relatively strong. Price you can get at the moment, the best price I can see at time of viewing is 19 to 20 with Bet Victor. So if you are looking for a bit of a an all-in job. It could be Manchester City. And Danny Blue, the OLBG member I mentioned, if you download that free app from us, you'll see his comments on this particular game. And the stats bets, as mentioned, is to go overs on the goals. I'll be interested to see if it comes in. I think both teams will start to play, especially Manchester City will be looking to play that counter-attacking football. And with players like David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, no matter who they've got up front, if Aguero does or doesn't start, they should be getting at least 1 or 2 goals away from home with that side. They're going to be ruthless. If they're going to be champions in the manner we all expect them to be, they're going to win these sort of games. So there's your bets. We love your views. Keep them coming in to us. Just add your comments, click subscribe, and thumbs up if you like the video. And if you think we've got a chance of winning any of these bets, let us know. Thanks for watching.